There was many who thought that we would be shredded, and with good reason why they thought that.
We're building the plane as it's in the air, and we have not set ourselves up for this.
Sometimes we listen too much to what people say not to do versus just trying it.
I remember pitching Steam to the team and they're like, we're not going there. That's our grounds for real gamers, Tristan. We're not going there.
How does this translate to a Steam audience? You think Steam and you were thinking more of like the intense, big, giant games.
I think that launching on Steam was the time that I was most afraid.
We kind of thought we were just going to be like booed off the stage, sort of.
There was many who thought that we would be shredded, and with good reason why they thought that.
The whole team hated it, but then Cody and I were riffing on like, well, what if it's the second screen game? Like the game you play while you're waiting for other games to load, or
in between better games, play AdVenture cameras. And we were very self-deprecating and it just worked.
We referred to it as sort of as lightning in a bottle a lot because the success that it got seemed to be never ending. It seemed like we could do no wrong with that game.
The game was exploding. They were about 3 months behind in some of their Google reviews. Tickets had stacked up to almost 10,000.
There's an audience that cares, that wants more. We're on stage. We're building the plane as it's in the air, and we have not set ourselves up for this.
When you launch the game, you finally hit the starting line. Now you got to make it fresh for players all the time.
How can we just sort of like recreate that first time feeling, right? Like watching a movie for the first time again. Well, let's just make the main game, but a 4-day version of that.
We'll theme it differently, different art, different sound.
Tristan would lead. We just have a big old whiteboard.
We focused around special holidays.
Especially ones that are more capitalist in nature. And then we would really lean into that.
Valentine's Day.
The Halloween event.
A Black Friday event.
A Christmas event. Part of the event was that you could collect these candy canes, but there was a bug in it originally where the candy canes wouldn't stop spawning, and so people were sending us screenshots of their like entire screens full of candy canes.
Tristan was writing all the stuff on the board, and he was just like, okay, events this, what are some of the businesses that we're gonna have? Grey poop on a stick. And he was just like, that's so stupid. But we kept going back to it and like, poop on a stick. Ended up staying in, thank goodness.
Testing an event. So there's definitely a lot of making sure that progress bars worked. Sometimes they wouldn't. A lot of the times there would be assets that would just be missing.
I lost so much sleep. When you launch something that was not good, that maybe something like, oh, there was a bug, didn't see it, and it broke the build. But like the knowledge that hundreds of thousands of people were disappointed.
6.2. The day after we released 6.2, it was so quiet, and our player support representatives were like, yeah, it seems to be going okay. And then the next day, the storm happened.
Support was getting hit harder than ever.
The game's not saving on the moon. The game's not saving on Mars. This thing's completely broken. Ads aren't working. Everything broke. Everything broke so bad.
Poor Chica, like I remember probably bringing up a bug every single day for 3-4 weeks.
And I think we did like 500 patches before it got to a point where it was okay.
A casual game of that nature, they last a couple years and then it would be done.
You just don't think that something's going to stick around for that long.
Maybe this is the last year we work on AdCap.
I certainly remember the conversations about sunsetting the game,
which was a real option.